Yes, everyone, how are we doing? Welcome back to another episode of the Built Different podcast then. So this is a podcast all about bodybuilding, fitness, mindset, and how to actually level up not only your physique, but you as a personal growth as well. So we've actually got a special guest on the show today, haven't we, Aran? We've got
Jamie Do Rego.
Jamie Do Rego, one of the best fucking coaches in the game. How we doing, bro?
Very good, man. Very good. Back in Dubai.
Back in Dubai.
Back in Dubai. So set up base here again. Should be traveling a lot this year for shows. I want to try to get to as many shows as I can this year. That's one of my goals this year. So I'm going to try to get to the UK. I think I'm going to head to potentially the US. Just travel a bit more for clients, and I want to hit Asia as well. So I've got quite a few Asian clients competing this year as well. So that's going to be fun.
Nice. Yeah, that's going to be wicked. That is. And what about yourself, bro? I know that things have been a bit different for you now. You're like taking that transition away from like competing yourself, going more into like the lifestyle for yourself, and then focusing more on the clients now, mate. What sort of like drifted over to there, bro?
A lot of personal shit.
Yeah, life being life.
You know? A lot of life happened in the last few years. I think it was more just like, like when you have your life sort of planned out, and it's going to go a certain way, and then it doesn't, and you kind of think, okay, was I thinking clearly in that state of mind? Yeah. And that's what kind of made me feel like I needed a break. Now, I'm not saying I'll never get on stage. That's like, I've always got that like little bit of fire and a little bit of love for it. But right now, I feel like I just need to focus on other aspects of life before I then go down that route. I mean, all I can say is like I learned a lot about myself in the last few months. Yeah. And that was the biggest thing, because like I think we can all say that once you know what the score's like. When you're on gear, you don't think with a clear mind. You make very irrational decisions.
I agree 100%, bro. 100%.
You make very irrational decisions. So what's this actually done is it's actually allowed me to take a step back and reflect. And if I do go down that route again next time, I think I'll be more aware of my actions and more aware of like my decisions. You know?
Do you know what, man? I think like, especially like prep. Do you know what I mean? Like when you're on prep, it's almost like people are very different. Like for me, I'm quite similar to you, I think. Everything else just gets blocked out. Right? I just tunnel vision in. I don't necessarily have, and I work on it each time I do it, but like I get in that mindset where like nothing else matters. Nothing else matters. Exactly. I can't really show affection because the energy's not there for it, bro. You're just thinking, right, that's my next session. That's my next meal. My energy is absolutely fucking trashed. As long as I can get to the next meal, I'm good. Just one thing at a time.
Yeah,
bang, bang, bang,
for
bang.
Me, it's more like I'm very, very, like when I'm on prep, I'm very productive with work. I'm very productive.
Oh, yeah. Same.
Like anything when it comes to like work, clients, I'm like all in. It's just my relationships just go to shit. Personal life, basically.
Yeah. To be
my
fair,
relationships just go to shit, bro. And like, I just don't think, I don't act well. Like I don't, not that I'm like aggressive or anything. I'm just cold.
Just locked in and cold, yeah.
Cold,
the thing is, when you've got no estrogen in your blood as well.
It's focused, man. I'm just focused. And unless you have someone that like truly understands where you want to take it, and also like that's a part of the process, it's always going to like clash. So that was just a big thing that happened like last year. Was obviously I moved to Australia. I was potentially like going to stay there, build a family and all that sort of stuff, and then it kind of just threw a spanner in the works. I think it's just I didn't really think with like a clear mind in those certain situations where I could have just been like, okay, Jay, just take 5 minutes to chill out and then talk about it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that's what made me want to take a step back, is just to think with more clarity.
Yeah, 100%.
Think with more clarity, reflect, and then if I ever go back to it, I have that clear mindset of, okay, this is the situation that I'm aware of, and I know how to handle it. Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what though? That is literally like the whole purpose of this. Like we spend so much time developing our physiques and this and that.
100%.
As you get older, especially like for me, I mean, we've all been bodybuilding since we were teenage years, right? I mean, what age did you start, Aran? You were a teenager as well, weren't you?
Well, started with Jay, wasn't it? What, it was probably 20?
Yeah, it's still young in that. And do you know what I mean? Like, it's quite, you think so different then to, I mean, I'm only 27, I'm 28 this month, but like just the whole awareness of what bodybuilding has taught me, it allows you to actually be a bit more in touch with other areas of your life. Whereas some people, you know, they don't have that focus. They don't have that sort of drive to actually develop as a person. So, you know, as we get older, we're more self-aware of these things and we end up putting it right. And if anything, you know, bodybuilding can be taxing on some of these areas of our life, but when in things like that happen, we actually learn from it. We don't just fucking, do you know what I mean?
It's like, this is what I would say, like, I've been able to take, like, the aspects of bodybuilding into business and been very successful, but I'm still learning to take that into my relationships and how to be successful there.
It's a discipline, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like you've got to be disciplined with that. And, you know, I've been able to do it in business and I've been able to do it with clients and I've been able to do it myself, but I'm still, as a bodybuilder, I'm still learning how to transition that into relationships, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's a selfish sport, isn't it? You know, that's reality.
And that was why I want to take a step back, not to say that I'll never compete again, but almost to say that, okay, let me just think with some clarity and a clear mind and then assess, like you do after a prep, after a show, you sit back to assess where could I have done better, what could I have changed, and that's kind of what I wanted to take a step back. And in that time, it obviously gives my body a nice rest, which will just make me more responsive if it ever happens again. You know, so I'm not saying
it will happen again. Let's be honest with you. Come on, bro.
Though, like, I love to train, man. I love to train. I love diet. Like, I love the process of seeing my physique change. But I don't really get anything from the stage. Now, the only little part of me that kind of like has that, okay, what if is I just want to see what it will look like at 100%.
Yes. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, 100%.
I've never been at 100%. So I just want to see that, like, that one picture. And I don't know if I saw that one picture, I'd be content. And I'd be like, okay, you know what I mean? But, like, I still have that little bit of me inside that's like, oh, what if? And I don't want to, like, go out on any regrets. But right now, I feel like I need to I'm kind of starting from scratch in Dubai again, if that makes sense.
Yeah. The thing is, what you're saying there as well, like, that could be the missing piece. Once you sort this other area of your life, when you come back into it, that could be that missing piece. Like, because the stress of a prep, you know, if a relationship, everything like that was like nicely in sync, your body would be less stressed throughout the prep. You might just bring a better look. You know, something simple like that.
Yeah. This is the thing that I always say. It's like bodybuilding is all about stability.
100% it is, yeah.
You need to be 100% stable financially, 100% stable mentally, 100% stable in relationship. If one of those is off, it will throw your entire prep off.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I feel like I've not really had that stability in a relationship since probably like my early years. And then I also feel like that's maybe why I haven't achieved what I maybe should have achieved, because I've been very unstable in that part of my life, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, and this is the thing, whether we see it or not, that may impact how we're actually sleeping, the quality of our sleep, you know, the stress of the day-to-day. You know what I mean? These little things play a role in the background, but sometimes when we're so hyper-focused on one element, we've blocked all of that out, but we're still having the pressure of that affect our look and affecting how we move.
Bodybuilding's just all about learning, right? So, like, I'm still learning, and I've been doing this for how long? I turned pro, like, 26? And I'm still learning right now. But I feel like that's the one area of my life that once that is maybe in place and I'm settled and I'm comfortable, then it will make everything a lot easier. And that's why right now I'm just like, okay, let's just start from scratch. Let's just work on myself. Let's just focus on just, in the meantime, just building the bricks that need to be built.
Yeah, 100%.
Because, like, I actually said to myself, well, while I'm in this phase of whether I'm going to come back or not, or, you know, compete or not, I might as well be building the bricks that need to be built and just give my body a rest so that when I need to flick a switch, I can flick a switch.
Yeah.
You know?
And this is the thing, like you say, you can just get a response from that where the body's had a full rest, you know, lower bits and pieces going in. You put that shit back in, bro. The body's just like, hello, let's go.
Yeah, little things like even like right now, bro, I do like 3 meals and a shake a day. You know?
Yeah.
I don't eat a lot of food, so it's like, okay, I don't eat a lot of food, but I don't eat like regular meals. So just me making a change to eating 5-6 meals a day, you know, would again bring about different changes in my body. You know? So it's like the little things like that, you know, going on. Like right now, I've been running like 300 tests, 300 primo. So I literally was cruising on that. You know, once the numbers start to try to hit up, it's again your body's just going to have a crazy response. You know, so it's just almost like just focusing on what needs to be focused on now, but in the meantime, just still building the bricks of where I need to improve my physique. You know.
Yeah, 100%.
Improving the foundations, basically, still.
Yeah, because like bodybuilding, like the way I say to everyone, it's like bodybuilding's not going anywhere.
Yeah,
like,
it's true.
Fucking hell. I looked at the amateur calendar like 2 days ago, and the amount of shows on the amateur calendar is insane.
Yeah, especially in the US, it's ridiculous.
Yeah,
it's a show every week.
I think though in September 20th, there's like 6 shows across the world. You know,
Jeez.
So it's like there's 6 pro qualifiers. You know, something like that. And then you look at like the pro league, and there's still like from April, you've still got like 2 or 3 212 shows every month.
It's mental, isn't it?
It's like it's not going anywhere.
And if you think about it, like look at the growth in the sport in the last 5 years.
There'll be more shows next year, you know?
It's just getting bigger and bigger and more popular, this game, you know, which is great, you know, from a fan perspective and a coach perspective and an athlete perspective. But, you know, it's you know, is it going to make the shows watered down? Who knows? Do you know what I mean? It's crazy.
I think it's going to make them more competitive, to be honest, because look at the last one of the open shows this year when you have like 20, 30 guys in Spain and Poland and Romania. They were competitive shows, man.
Yeah.
You know, so I think you've obviously got more pros, so you're going to get more pros competing. I think it's going to make it definitely more competitive, but I think there is going to be a big separation between the top sort of 3, 4 and then the rest, you know?
Yeah, there's always going to be that level and stuff as well.
Yeah.
The thing is, you know, the whole game of it's changing as well, you know, with these peptides guys, you know, like it's nuts, you know, things like MOTSI, SLU, it's changing the game completely. You know, we can do these things running less overall androgens, keeping healthier in the longer run and things, you know, and completely changing the look, especially in a prep environment.
I've noticed a lot of clients' blood work recently is like when I'm getting to run high amounts of like peptide use, their blood work is phenomenal.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
And that's not really even, that's still, these guys are still pushing to a certain extent, you know, and their blood work, I think like the way that it's going to go with the peptide use, you're going to get guys being able to push the limits and stay very healthy.
Yeah.
And then you're going to get the opposite side where you don't need to push the limits and you can still stay very healthy. Because like I'm a big believer in that everyone needs to push at some point.
100%. 100%.
Like you don't get big off low dosages from day one. I believe that most pros, I'm not saying every one of them, but most pros, unless they're a genetic anomaly, would have at one stage in 2, 3, 4 years really pushed the dosages high to get the size that they got. And then I believe that once you've established a good amount of muscle mass, like you don't need anywhere near as much.
Exactly that. Because it's like how much more actual physical tissue are you trying to build by then? It's minimal. So I mean, it's like refinement. Yeah, it's more refinement. But I think like, you know, it's crazy as well. And I see it with a lot of people's mentality now is a lot of people want their cake and eat it. And it's a case of like, do you know what? I'm going to take this IFBB Pro worthy cycle, but the rest of my life isn't going to align with that goal. I just want to try and drug myself to the top. And it's one of the things that actually irritates me so much because it takes away the hard work that people actually put in. A lot of people believe in the outside world that you just jab up and it makes you a bodybuilder and you get on stage.
100%.
And you still go partying every weekend and all that. It just couldn't be any further from the truth. You know what I mean?
And what frustrates me more about those guys is like they'll be willing to pay like X, Y, and Z for like tren or whatever, but they won't. They'll be like, "Oh, the health supplements are too expensive."
Oh, bro, that expensive. Yeah,
and
that kills me.
I'm like, fucking hell, like you know, you could take some of these peptides and they could be literally fixing your cholesterol, you know, and making you healthy. Which is essentially the healthier your body is, the better it's going to respond.
Yeah,
that's what they don't understand. Like a toxic body is not a responsive body.
No, it's just not going to repay you back in that same way, is it? You know. And I think a lot of people now, like the problem is, I think like anabolics and that, they've actually grown in popularity so much that they're almost like pulled into that like recreational drug pool now. Yeah, so like the people that go out, do a little bit of gear on the weekend, drop a pill, that kind of thing, they go, "Oh, just take a bit of testosterone." But what they don't realize is that, you know, a 2-day come down from taking a recreational drug is done and over with. But as soon as you take that first injection or that first anabolic, your body's changed. Do you know what I mean? This is what a lot of people realize, you know?
Yeah, it doesn't happen like that, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I mean, that I want to be doing this to feel like
I just sit on the sofa, bro. You know, I sit eating cookie dealers and just getting jacked.
That was like me the other night, eating cookies. Fuck.
I saw that on your story actually. That looked banging.
The thing is, I can't eat super clean off season. I just can't. Like,
it is hard, isn't it? Especially when you got to eat a lot of food.
You know what? I've done it for so many years, and like I just can't eat. I just can't eat clean off season, bro. I admit it. I'm like, I can't eat clean off season, and I also do know that I've got enough muscle mass and a very quick metabolism that I can get away with it.
Yeah.
So it makes me even think, what's the point eating clean?
Yeah, this is the thing.
I don't wrong. I don't eat shit every day. Like my 5 days a week is pretty clean. I just have a cheat meal twice a week. Sorry, usually 2-3 times a week. And I just order what I want, but I love a good McDonald's and I love KFC. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. I'm not one of the guys that are like, oh no, I can't have a cheat meal, so I'm gonna have to have a burger cooked at home. I'm like, fuck that, I'll get McDonald's all damn day.
Yeah. The thing is, there's no right or wrong way to do it because even when you're your peak weight off season, you're not fat.
Exactly. This is like, I was actually speaking to someone about this today. It's like what works for me might not work for someone else.
Yeah, exactly. We're all so different.
That's the thing with bodybuilding. It's like a lot of it's actually, I reckon is actually like a more of a psychological thing. Yeah. Like some people they'll be like, oh, I can't eat that because it's too bad for me. Yeah. Whereas me, like, I don't think that way. I'm just like, oh, I want to eat it, so I'm gonna eat it, and then tomorrow I'll have a good diet session. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I think of it in a different way. So I think that's like one thing that I've learned working with clients a lot of the time is like you've got to kind of take that into account.
Yeah, it's gauging the person as well. Do you know what I mean? It's like, and the thing is as well, like for me, for example, I do need quite a bit of food to grow, but I can grow eating the clean diet because I don't have to push food really, really, really high. Like for me, it's just at that peak bit where the appetite like goes off a little bit. Then it's like, all right, muffin here, muffin there.
Yeah,
top things up like that.
It's just knowing your body and I guess knowing what you can get away with and what works. Like me, I remember when I was pushing up in November, I was eating like 6,000 calories a day. It got to a point where I was doing 1,000 grams of carbs a day, and I was like, I can't physically eat this amount of clean food.
Yeah.
So then I just started going to like not dirty food, but I just started to get a meal prep company to do me like 5,000 calories through whatever. So they would give me like 5,000 calories for like 4 meals, but they do like chicken pasta, like a chicken, I don't know, cream pasta, a burger with chips, but it was like clean, obviously. And I found that like a lot easier it was so easy to eat.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So like, but obviously then I know my body requires quite a lot of food. So it's different. Remember, I was pushing up, like I was 235 before I came off. And I was like stuck at 235. And I was eating 6,000 calories a day and doing 2 cheat meals a week.
Wow, yeah. So where can you, this is the thing, like if you scale up from there, what happens? Digestion just gets smashed.
Digestion gets fucked. So it's like, even like, I was doing like, okay, when I went into all my food, I was like, right, let me just do an extra 100 grams of carbs for fruit.
Yeah.
You know, just things that are easy. And then I was like, right, let me just actually do 2 cheat meals a week rather than, because I know I can get an influx of like 4,000 or 5,000 calories very easily, you know? And if I'm smart with what I eat, it's not going to affect my digestion.
Yeah.
I think that's the main thing is like whatever you do in terms of like pushing up, just make sure your digestion's fine.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm sure you'll agree with me when I say this is something I've learned in recent times. It's like, it's not a case of just bashing that scale weight all the way up. It's like you get to a certain point and let's say like 235, we're a little bit soft or whatever. But if you're getting harder every week, it's like you're still building muscle. But the thing is like you could put more food on that, smash your digestion, and then that 5,000 calories, the amount that you're actually absorbing is way less. So you probably actually go down and lose progress because you can't train the same. You're not recovering that well. The food's not actually getting processed.
And this is like one thing I say massively, like what really frustrates me now is when you've got these guys and it transitions to clients sometimes because you've got these guys that have like now, I don't know if you've seen that spreadsheet, rate of gain per week.
Oh, yeah.
What does rate of gain per week mean? It's absolutely bullshit. You're telling me you want to gain 0.5% every week. You're just going to be a fat cunt.
Yeah.
Because there comes a point where your body needs to stay at a certain weight and you just got to get tighter at that weight.
Exactly.
And that's like 4, 5, 6 weeks. And this is where clients like sometimes drop off because they go, oh, I've not changed anything in 4, 5, 6 weeks.
Yeah.
But there's no need to change everything yet. Yeah. Because if you can get a little bit tighter at this weight, then in 4 or 5 weeks, I bump the food up a little bit more. Your body absorbs it. Your body composition stays the same. Yeah. You know, because I understand at the start, yes, we want to focus on taking the food up slowly. But there comes to a point where it's like, if you just keep taking the food up, you're just going to get fat. So you need to hold that weight for a little bit, sit there, get stronger, get tighter. And I think this is what a lot of people forget as well, is they take into account weight, but they do, like, it comes to a point where you'll get too heavy that your training performance is fucked.
Yeah, you know when you just do like one set on legs and your lower back just goes, and you're like, well, now
like,
I can't
you
move.
Don't want to be in that position. You want to be in a position where, like, you're just about to get that pump in the lower back, but you're just not there yet.
Yeah, and it's like, I can actually carry on with this. You know, I'm not on the glute drive, and then I literally can't walk for 3 hours.
I think that's the biggest thing to take into account. Like, one of my biggest things to like monitor in off season, if you get a lower back pump that's horrendous during training, like, usually it's a case of you're too heavy or like your hips are too tight or whatever. But generally, it's a lot of the guys that are just too heavy. You know, so I like, that's where like a lot of people struggle in the off season when they're working with a coach, because I don't know whether I don't really change that much when things are going right.
Exactly.
But I think a lot of coaches change shit for no reason,
for the
to
novelty.
keep the fight locked in.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because some mentally can't understand that you're paying me, but I'm not changing anything.
Yeah, this is the thing. Like, I always align it with my guys. It's like, I know we haven't changed anything in 4 weeks, but remember this: you're paying me for the result, not the novelty of the change and this and that. And I think it comes with the mindset of people now that they want that instant gratification or that little thing that they can latch onto, but they end up forgetting, why are you actually doing this thing in the whole first place? Like, where are you going with it? This is what you need to do right now. And I put a post up actually on Instagram earlier. It just focus on 24 hours at a time. People try and look at like weeks and months in advance. What am I going to be taking in 4 months' time? Well, we don't know, bro, because we don't know where your body's going to be. Take 24 hours at a time, then we work off that.
Yeah, but I do think that comes down to a lot of coaches nowadays probably have confused things as well.
Oh, yeah.
Or like when they're mapping out, okay, this month you're doing this month you're doing this. Like, I had one guy, for example, he said already 10 weeks before his show, he knows what he's doing in 3 weeks' time in terms of his
red flag.
I just totally agree with this this coaching map thing. I told you.
Yeah, exactly. We're chatting about it.
Roadmap. I'm thinking roadmap and phases. I'm like, the phases are off-season prep.
Yeah.
That's the only fucking phase you need. What's a pre-prep phase? What's a diet break? What's a deload? I'm like, what the fuck? Why are you just confusing the shit out of off-season? You get big, yeah? And you get strong, and you put on muscle. And in prep, you get fucking lean and you reduce body fat, you know?
And move more.
It so much. Like, you're just confusing it to as a way of selling a bullshit program, because it's like I explained to Aran the other day. I was speaking to him the other day. I was like, obviously, I got sent the spreadsheets. I know you guys work on spreadsheets, innit? And I was looking at the spreadsheet, bro, and I'm thinking, holy fuck, this is confusing. I'm thinking, if Chris Aceto sent me this spreadsheet, I'd be like, this is just mind-boggling.
Yeah.
I was like, just tell me what to eat. I don't want to know a goal. I don't want to know. I know my goal. I got to fucking do a show in this amount of time.
Yeah.
You know? I know how to train. I know, like, I don't need you to tell me that I'm fucking 26.7 weeks out from my show. Like, I know this shit. I don't need to, like, go for a spreadsheet and I just want to see my diet in front of me.
Yeah.
You know? So I understand why some people do it. I understand why you guys do it. But when I'm working with, like, higher level athletes who, like, they don't give a fuck about it.
They don't. Yeah, it's always person dependent, because they've done it for 10, 20 years. It's like, don't worry, bro. I know when my next show is. I've done 10 already. Do you know what I mean?
It's like, I literally messaged a few of my clients. I was like, would you like a spreadsheet in this? It's like, don't send me a spreadsheet now. Like, just send me my diet. And I was like, yeah, like, I was thinking, like, for me to go in and change this, it's just going to make the communication longer, because I'm going to be like, hey, Sam, okay, I'll get back to you in 5 hours with your update. You know?
Yeah.
Whereas you just want to be like, Jay, I just want to know what the fuck I got to do today.
Especially on prep. Especially on prep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so I understand why they do it. A lot of coaches do it, because I understand, like, you know, if you're saying average Joe and it's new to you, then it's they probably like the sort of more pre-planned technical aspect. But if you're just someone who wants to fucking get in like crazy shape, most of them are just workhorses anyway, and they just want to know what to do and when to do it.
Yeah.
You know,
you said it there, is the workhorse bit of it. Like, if you've got somebody that you know is dialed in 100%, I think the sheets help from an accountability standpoint for guys that are actually struggling with it. But then when you've got, you know, like your caliber of athletes, bro, they are all mint, right? So it's like they don't need that extra accountability. It's just another task that they have to then do in their day when they could be focusing on smashing the session and their heads in the session, 100%. Not filling out little numbers and this and that. It's like, bro, at the end of the week, I'm sweet. What's the plan this week? Where are we going?
And that's why I just don't. That's why I personally don't do looms as well, because I'm like, if my client wants to speak to me, just start me a WhatsApp. You know, you don't need me to go over, like, for example, in your contest prep, you don't mean to go, okay, Sam, so what we're doing today is we're actually going to pull your carbs from here, going to pull this, and there's me on the screen. You just like, Jay, am I going to fucking have a refeed or not? You know? Am I refeed or am I just doing another fucking week the same?
Am I having muffins today or what?
Yeah, like, am I having muffins today, or is it just fucking, is it a normal day of grinding? You know what I mean? But like, I think that's where, like, I just, like, because I literally did it, and I told Aran, I was like, fucking, this is so confusing, man. I was sitting on it thinking, how am I going to map this one, people's plans out? Because to me, I'm like, most of my guys are just like, tell me what to do, tell me what to eat, tell me when to check in. And also, you know, I do like check-ins regular, and they can change very often. That they can go to like every other day in prep, every day. You know what I mean? So imagine having to go back through a spreadsheet every single day for fucking 20, 30 clients that are competing.
Yeah, it would just completely consume you at that point as well.
It would just slow the process down for me, you know?
Yeah, like for me, they work really well for my lifestyle guys, and they work really well because most of the guys who are competitors for me are like first time. They haven't been through that process before. So they help me sort of educate that person to be like, actually, bro, this is the level of commitment it actually takes to get peeled. Because I think some people don't get that it's like, it's all in. And when we say all in, it's not having a digestive here and a hobnob there. That fuck your week, bro. It's everything. Everything I tell you to do needs to be done. You know what I mean? But was it G Sheets Fit Pro you went with as well, was it?
Yeah, it was just confusing the fuck out of me, bro. I never even used it.
I think I saw a post and you popped up on it as well. I saw they posted about you saying...
They posted it.
Yeah, I saw it.
That's when Aran messaged me. I was like, bro, this is hella confusing, man. Like, Milesy is just writing it up and sending it to you. And then you just say, it's checking in 3 days, checking in 2 days. You send me a check-in, I'm like, okay, we'll change this, change that, change this. You know? If we want to jump on a call, we jump on a call. Like, it's just like simple.
Yeah. Do you work with many lifestyle guys now, bro? Or is it more just...
you know what? Like, I have like the odd few lifestyle guys, but they're fucking serious lifestyle guys. Like, they're like bodybuilders, you know?
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, like I don't really have any that like, you know what I'm like, bro? If like someone's like checking in, like, oh, sorry, I didn't stick to the plan this week. I'm just like, you know what the fuck you paying me for?
Yeah.
Like, you're just wasting my time. You know what I mean? I've got a caliber of athlete that just need time, you know? So like, I give my time to someone else much better than you just waiting for your excuses, you know?
Half-assing the plan kind of thing.
Yeah, like, I think, like, and obviously I know it's not an easy thing to do, but I think you then got to go, like, I'm not probably the right coach, you know, if that's the...
This is it, and there's a different coach for everyone, isn't there? Do you know what I mean? It's like, and this is the thing, like, you can see, I mean, I'd say we're all quite similar in terms of how we think and how we act. Yeah. Like, we just need to be told what to do, and we will do it. No excuses, no answering back. We just get on with it because we know why we're doing what we're doing. If we have to suffer to get there, we have to suffer. That's just how it is.
Yeah, and I think it's like, it's knowing the client's mindset. Like even I spoke to you about it the other day, Aran, didn't I? I was like, okay, sure you want to do this because I need to be, you know what I mean? It's like we have to like know the client's mindset. And I'm looking at like work with you guys for a long time. So the more you work with someone, you know the mindset, so you look at it after the best interest, you know?
Yeah, definitely. Because this is it.
That's what coaching is, though. Like,
it is.
At the end of the day, you know, like, it's not about giving the client what they want just because they want it. Make sure they understand what the precautions are. Also, if they come to the PD's route, and then understand, like, is this what you want to do? Like we would discuss the other day as well.
Yeah, and I think that's like a really another important thing as well. It's like, you've got to remember that, like, obviously every athlete's different. They've all got different goals. They've all got a different level to take it. And as a coach, you're there to have the best interest of the heart, but you're not there to be the friend. You're there to actually criticize them and be harsh. And I think a lot of coaches these days are actually just scared to lose clients from being a cunt, you know? Like, I'll be straight. I've lost some clients because I've been harsh on them and they can't take it.
Yeah. But then it's like, you know, like we all have a certain amount of energy in a day. And if you've got people that aren't on your energy level, then it's just going to drain you from what you can do with the clients that are all about it for the style of your kind of coaching. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, so you want to make sure the team you've got are aligned with your style because that'll just elevate your level.
Exactly. And as well, like, I don't know about you, but I want to be criticized. Like, one of the reasons you work with Chris Aceto is because you never get good work from Chris.
Yeah, you know? He's so straight, isn't he?
He's so straight. So if Chris said to me, you look fucking crazy, you're like, oh shit, I look fucking crazy.
Yeah.
But like most coaches these days, like, oh, you look sick, mate, keep on going. And you think, is he just chatting shit? Like,
yeah.
Like you could be looking at yourself in the mirror, it's like, I definitely don't look sick. Like, I definitely not like lean. And I think like, I'm very critical in that aspect. Like, I don't sugarcoat it. Like, I remember when you were peeled, Aran, and I said, okay, now you're fucking peeled.
Yeah, of course.
And everyone's like, holy shit, he's peeled. Like, your glutes were straight, like, fuck. But I didn't say to you all prep, oh, yeah, you're fucking peeled, mate. You're going to smash it.
Yeah.
You know? I only said it like the last fucking week.
Yeah,
Said, when I told you to go send me pictures in the gym in different lighting. You know? So I was like, this guy, there's lighting shit. I was like, get me some different lighting because this lighting shit. You know? I'm not like trying to, oh, yeah, you look good in this light. I'm like, no, go to the gym and take some pictures in some good lighting, yeah? Because I need to see I need to see this proper condition. You know? So it's like, I think a lot of people are just scared to lose clients from being too harsh and too critical.
But then this is where it comes down to about coaching, right, as well. I feel like coaching nowadays has gave people false expectations as well. Do you know what I mean? Like,
definitely.
I had a guy as well, like, he was basically saying, oh, one guy said, you only have to do 20 minutes of cardio, eat a ton amount of foods and I can get shredded. But he was far away from being shredded, you know?
Yeah. And I think that's the biggest problem with Instagram, right?
It is.
Like, there's so much information out there and everyone's trying to sell a product, and some people are just saying shit because they know it sells.
Yeah. Everyone's got a voice. That's the problem. But because people see it on social, they think, well, if he's speaking there, he obviously knows what he's talking about. He's got a voice on social media. He's actually got some followers, whereas it means nothing. Do you know what I mean?
No, it's like I said, like, how many times you see it? This is how you grow muscle.
Yeah. And the guy's got noodle arms.
These 5 things. And I'm thinking, bro, you've hardly grown any fucking muscle. Shut up. This is how you grow big arms. Bro, your arms are shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's true, man. It's like they put these selling things like as a way to bring clients in, right? But half the time it's like they've never actually done it. Like I said, there's someone today saying the percentage of rate of gain. And then it was like, this is how you do to not gain body fat in an off season. And they're like, don't cheat meal and this and only 0.5%. And I'm thinking, like, so you're telling me, right? I go out and have fucking 50 pieces of sushi, yeah? A cookie fucking cake thing. So now my calories are not 6,000 a week. They're actually totaled up with 2 cheat meals. They actually become 8,000 every day. No, it doesn't fucking work like that.
The body's not an exact science.
Like, you know, when people like,
there's so many moving parts to that machine. It's like,
it does my head in.
Yeah, because you may have like a slightly worse sleep that day, which means that the amount of food you're on is probably going to be digested slightly different to the next day. But this thing, people try and overcomplicate the little mechanical wheel of it, and it's like, just stick to what you need to do. As long as that scale weight is moving up in that longer term, you're getting stronger in the gym. Your sessions are good. You can actually see the changes in the mirror. Sweet as. No need to.
I don't know about you, but I'm not a believer that if you have a 10,000 calorie cheat meal that on the weekend, that the next week your actually baseline is actually 1,500 calories extra every day.
Don't work like that. Yeah, it just doesn't work like that, does it?
Bro, like when I won the fucking overall Welsh, I had a fucking cheat day. I ate like 20,000 calories and I was fucking peeled, you know? And I was still eating a ton of food on fucking Monday after that cheat meal, you know?
I remember this thing, 2 weeks out from Italy, bro, you fed me. I had 11,000 calories in one day. I just woke up super damn full, and my next 2 weeks of training into the show was sick. And no water, nothing, because that's my body just needed it.
Oh, you're actually going to gain 0.5% of body fat because I calculate that if you did 0.66 of this. I'm thinking, shut up, mate. You've never done it before. You don't fucking know. Your body is not that stupid. Your body will process the food however it's got to process it.
Exactly. Yeah? Especially when you've got more muscle tissue as well.
Especially when you've got more muscle, especially when you're active, especially when anabolics. Like, it just doesn't carry over to the next week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, nothing of that makes sense. I think
even when you're training.
Yeah, training, bro. Like, if training
is not optimal, that's not.
Yeah, there's 3 things I focus on with my guys training, right? What do they enjoy? What's actually going to be effective? What muscle parts do they want to bring up or need to bring up for their goal? Simple as that. Then we build something off the back of that. Because if they're doing a split that they don't actually enjoy doing, why on earth are they going to want to do that in 9, 10, 11, 12 weeks? And I always enlighten people as well. It's like, this is your split. You're not going to change it every 6 weeks, bro. We're going to nail these movements. You're going to get strong as fuck on them and just keep progressing and progressing and progressing. And if it keeps working, we don't need to change it for the novelty. Do you know what I mean? We'll change it when we see a need to change it. Do you know what I mean?
that's one thing I always say, and I say it over and over again, like, just do what you enjoy.
Yeah.
You know, just do what you enjoy. Like, there is no best way to do X, Y, and Z. The best way is what's going to make you adhere to the diet for longer periods of time. Like, bro, I right now, I do. So I was doing 3 meals a shake. This week I just up to 4 meals because I know I need to eat a little bit more. So I just eat up to 4 meals. And then the thought of me trying to do 6 meals a day, I'm like, I don't even think I have time to eat 6 meals a day.
Yeah.
Like, I genuinely don't like, I mean, I could do it, but I'm cramming meals in, you know? And then my digestion is not as good because, like, I wake up at 5. I train a really high-end client in the gym at 6:30. I come back, you know, I then do my cardio, do some glute abs. I go do a food shop. I go walk the dog. So by the time I have breakfast, it's like 10 a.m.
Yeah.
And then I have breakfast. Then I go train after about 2 hours, 12. I might train for like 2 hours. Yeah. So then I'm at 2 p.m. And then I have like today I had like cereal and a fucking shake. And then my next meal's at like, I'll get home. I'll do some more shopping. I might walk the dog. And then I'll have my meal at 5. And then I've got to be in bed by like fucking 7, 8. Well, I've got my last meal at 7, 8 because I'm in bed by 9 to get up at 5 again. So I'm like, the day, like, I don't have time physically to have 5 meals right now. I could do 5 meals if I wanted to, but 6 meals it just would be impossible.
Yeah. It's the thing, like, there's no right or wrong way to do that as long as you're getting the food in that you need.
And as long, no one can say that, oh, you're losing muscle, because I'm like, well, I'm definitely not losing muscle because I'm still 230, you know?
It's actually so much harder to lose muscle than people think as well. Like, you see guys when they retire, like, full on, and they're like, not barely training, and they're like, all of them say, I'm really finding it hard to actually lose this muscle. It just ain't going anywhere. But even if you're doing like 3 days a week in the gym, little 45-minute session, they have to like barely eat to lose the muscle. It's crazy.
You think, like, especially those muscles, that muscle's been built for years and years. And like the only way to, like, you got to think of it this way, right? The only way to actually lose muscle is not stimulate it. So that means no training.
Yeah.
Under-eating. But if you like food, you're never going to under-eat.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, there's no way I could eat. Like, my calories are now like 4,500, yeah? There's no way I could eat 2,000 calories a day. I'd be starving.
Absolutely.
I would literally be starving. So to lose muscle, and then I know if I'd be starving, I end up fucking ordering sushi at night, and then I'm going to be on fucking 5,000 calories anyway. So the ability for me to lose muscle is impossible because I like food too much.
Yeah.
I genuinely like food way too much to lose muscle. You'd have to literally like not eat and not train. And I like training too much, and I like food too much, you know? Yeah. So it's impossible for me to actually lose tissue at all. I'd have to under-eat. Like, you'd literally have to eat probably 2,000 calories a day, so you're in a massive deficit, and just not train.
Yeah.
And do loads of cardio.
And that's the thing as well. Like, there's no like driving force behind that unless it's a health concern to make you want to do that. Do you know what I mean? It's
like,
just
literally, like, you see, like the photos I put up like a few days ago, bro, that was me eating 4,000 calories a day and 2 chimas a week.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just got lean because I just trained and I was trying to actually eat less. But then I was just like, what, it just makes no sense.
The glutes are somewhat in as well, like, pretty lean.
What's that?
The glutes are pretty in as well, right?
Yeah, so I mean, like, so it's like, realistically, I'm like thinking, because remember, I know my body would require 6,000-7,000 calories plus 2 chimas a week to gain or to hold weight when I was 235. So to lose weight is fucking hard, you know?
It's
that's using like minimal anabolics.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, you've got to think, like, losing muscle is not easy. Like, you'd have to hate training and never want to go to the gym, which I just enjoy to go to the gym every day. Like, I actually have not had a rest day for like 2 months, you know? I just train arms on my rest day because I just enjoy training. And because, like, I'm not in a goal of, okay, I'm going to compete on this day. I need a rest day. I need to recover. You know what I mean? I'm just like, okay, I'm just going to go off how I feel.
Yeah. This is the biggest thing. People don't listen to how they actually feel. You've got people wearing these Oura rings, mate. You've got people wearing their watch. Oh, I'll get it. Sometimes my clients say my Oura ring is telling me that I didn't sleep well last night. And I always say to them, bro, how do you actually feel today? I feel good. Yeah. Then fuck the ring off then. And we just crack on. The ring, the problem is it's putting a seed in your mind. Your natural instinct to anything is the best thing to go by. If you're not bollocks and you're sore everywhere, maybe that's a time to actually have an extra rest day. If you're sore everywhere, under recovered. But if you're not, and it's saying you had a shit sleep, but you feel like you slept fine, go get after it. Keep fucking going.
It's strange as well, because even when you do feel tired, it's like, are you actually tired?
Yeah, and where is it coming from? Is it stress related, or is it actually training related? Do you know what I mean? It's like, where is it coming from?
It's funny you say that because like literally today I was like, oh, maybe I should have a rest day because I went and I did legs on fucking Tuesday. And me being like me, I thought, fuck it, I'm going to do some crazy shit today.
Your sessions are wild, bro.
I've been training like really like consistent where I do like a lot. Obviously, I train high volume, high weight, like lots of sets. And I've been training very consistently like that for a long time, like four sets, 10, 12, 15 reps, whatever feels good. I just go off half field, but no real intensifiers, maybe a few force reps here and there. But on Tuesday, I was like, right, fuck it. Let me just do an old school leg workout. Bro, I usually do like 8 exercises for legs, right? I did 4 exercises and I did like an intensifier in every last set and then a superset to finish off. I woke up on Wednesday and I was like, what the fuck? I physically was like, I felt like I've been hit by a bus, And I was thinking, what the fuck? I've only just done I've done half the volume, but I've just added an intensifier into every set. Yeah. But because my body's not used to it, my central nervous system was fucking destroyed.
Yeah.
And usually my usual workout, right, is I do 12 exercises. So say I do like back, I'll do like 8 on back, 1 on rear delt, 3 on bicep. And I've been doing that for like the last 2-3 months, no rest days, not felt fucked once. I go do 4 exercises and take my body like way beyond failure. And I swear down, to train chest was effort yesterday. Today I walked in the gym and I was like, I think I should rest. I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to do arms.
Yeah.
An arm day is not a rest day for me. I said it to Aran all the time. Arm day, rest day.
The thing is, it's like, how much, I hate using the word fatigue, can you drive training arms? Nothing, really.
No, exactly. You can't
you're just blasting your arms.
Yeah, it's just arms, man. It's not a big muscle group. Like, you don't go heavy. I don't think arms taxes your central nervous system.
Hell
like, things like, I think back and legs are the only thing that truly tax your CNS system.
Yeah, that's what I find for me. Like, after leg day, every single time, I am absolutely smashed the next day. But that's how I feel like that's how it should be. Like, for me, that's a thing like, okay, I got after it yesterday. I did what I needed to do, But I think a lot of people now, they try and chase for it to be easy. And they forget that bodybuilding and building a physique isn't meant to be easy. You're meant to actually feel pretty fucked, You're meant to push the limits. That's the whole idea.
That is the point. And as well, like, you look at like how some of the top guys trained back in the day, bro.
Nutcases, bro. Throwing weight around.
They were just nuts, mate. Yeah. They didn't talk about rest days. I don't even know if they fucking did rest days. They did double splits. I think it's just the new school's like kind of taken too much of a, like, you got to think whatever you do for long periods of time, your body adjusts, right?
Yeah, always.
So it's like I know for a fact, like, I threw a spanner in the works on Tuesday, so it's totally different. But I'm very comfortable. And like, when I did 12 exercises, people train with me, they're like, holy fuck, I'm gassed. And I'm cool because I'm used to it.
Yeah.
You
get conditioned.
Then I did something half the volume intensifiers. I'm not used to that. But I know if I did that for 2-3 weeks, eventually my body would adapt and I'd be fine with it. You know what I mean? So and that's the thing, is you got to train how you enjoy, right? That's the most important part, is you train how you enjoy. And that will allow you to stick for a long period of time. Like I said, I've been training like this way probably for the majority of my life when it's been like high volume, high reps. And I've tried low volume before, but I just feel like I don't have the same roundness to my muscle bellies. Yeah, see, that's the thing as well. You notice it. You'll see a lot of low volume guys. They're quite dense, but then like that 3D bubbly pop is often missing. No?
Yeah, and it's like I generally do believe there is an influence of that. Like, for me, I sort of go moderate volume. It's always to the death of every set, because that's how I fucking enjoy to train. Do you know what I mean? And like, for me, that works quite nicely. Do you know what I mean?
But like, you also train with like immaculate form.
Yes,
like, I've said it many times. I actually enjoy watching your sets because they're actually perfect.
Yeah, I'm OCD with it, mate. But I enjoy that. I like to feel that localized pain. I want to get it as painful as I fucking can and be like, yeah, that's failure. That's what it feels like. Because for me, if I just go in and just move a shitload of weight without getting dialed in, my nervous system goes to shit. I stand up in the morning, bro. I need to go to the toilet. I've got a massive headache. And it's like, for me, if I'm so direct with it, I recover really well from it. And then again, that 3D sort of look started to come to my physique. And I think it was in 2022, after we got that session in Gritness, that changed my whole narrative. I was like, okay, I'm now going to implement this. And I feel like my physique actually exploded from that point.
Yeah, 100%. I think that's sometimes like a big thing. You've got to change the way you train. Like, I train with like, a combination of both. Like I train like very locked in on like certain movements.
Yeah.
I train locked in on the movements that I know I could get injured on.
Oh yeah, always. Yeah.
So it's like back in the day I could train like a bit erratic, but now I'm very, very locked in on like if I do a T-bar row, it's very locked in. If I do like a hack squat, it's very locked in, you know. But it's like I then let it rip on certain movements because I just enjoy that like old school, like just fucking throw it about. Like my arms grew the most, bro, when I did like heavy ass barbell curls.
Yeah, you know? Love that.
You know what I mean? Like, so I try to mix it up with both because I don't believe that there's like one perfect style of training. I think as you get older, you're just much smarter with how you do it because you know that if I just move this hack squat A to B, that's a quad can pop, you know?
And for me, it's chest. You know, if I push a shitload of weight on my chest, I'm gonna pop it always.
Yeah.
Whereas for me, it's like, okay, well, let's scale the weight back a little bit, make it super direct, maybe add an extra set on it or do an intensifier on it. Sweet, I've managed to tax it. And the same goes as well. Like a lot of people try and train all of their muscle groups in the same way. But as you get bigger and you put more muscle on, it's like the way that I train my legs, because they've always been a lagging part, is now completely different to how I train my back and my chest. Because like, you know, it's not just an exact formula that's how you grow this specific body part or grow the whole body. If your legs aren't adapting to that, you need to change it. You can't be married to what you're doing because it ain't fucking working.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are very, very scared. So they train the upper body one way, they train the legs the same way. Now, this is like one of the things that I like actually think I'm going to experiment as well is I want to actually start training my legs with higher reps.
Yes, see, that's exactly it. That works amazingly for me.
So rather than like, for example, I'm like break my leg sessions 2 sessions a week. One will go heavier, you know, staying in like the 10, 12, 15 rep range. And then the other session, staying in like the 15, 20 rep range, 25 rep range. Because you look at like Tom Platz, bro, how he trained his legs. And even other guys that have brought the legs, they train with a lot of high reps.
Yeah.
You know? So I think it's a different stimulus that could potentially like help improve your legs as well. The one session slightly lower weight, the one session higher weight, but higher reps, lower reps, you know. I don't think there's any need to go, you know, below sort of like 10 reps when you're training legs, personally.
No, this it just puts me in the bin, especially if you're moving that weight proper well, like it just puts you in the bin.
I do think that 15 to 20 rep stimulus could be a big like game changer for someone to bring the legs up, especially if you're doing it twice a week, you know, one heavy, one light.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to experiment with this next week. This next week I'm going to start just changing my split and be like, okay, I'd like to bring my legs up a little bit more. So I was like, okay, if I can just prioritize on that, because you know what it's like when you're looking at your physique, like, oh, could have a little bit more upper chest, could have a little bit more back, could have a little bit more tricep, but like what actually needs to come up?
Yeah.
Like 100%. And it's like, okay, like let's bring the legs up first because the upper body's growing as it needs to grow. It's fine, you know?
Yeah.
Definitely. So I think that's like one thing that like with almost sometimes too critical, it's like you've got to be just, okay, what's the first thing that needs to come up to be more balanced?
Yeah. And this is the thing as well. I think legs is the biggest area because I think for a lot of guys, there's so much ego attached to how much weight they can press, everything with their legs. But then it's like, what do your legs look like, bro? Do you know what I mean? Are they still noodles, you know? And you know, just screaming in the gym, moving heavy weights. You know, if you've got no pins, bro, it's gonna get no girls. You've got big legs come over, it's gonna steal your girl.
It's squat press, isn't it?
Yeah. I think like 'cause my legs, like I just need more like sweeping in a thigh. Like my hamstrings are crazy from the side, but it's just because I think I went and used to like barbell lunge heavy when I was younger. But I still need that. If I can fill those gaps in, then there's less gaps up the top. You know, there's no real gaps up the top, so I can fill those legs in. It'll just help massively, you know.
Yeah, and I think as well, like it's like how well can you feel that muscle? Like for me, I know that the muscles that I can't connect with the best are usually the ones that actually lag behind. Like for me, my chest, I can feel every single fiber of it with every single movement with a good amount of weight. And, you know, I feel that. Whereas me, especially when I'm training quads, it's like I really have to focus in on that. You know, even when I'm doing like an extension, I'll turn like my toes in a little bit and I just feel my outer quad light up. I'm like, shit, that's amazing. But then I'll be sore for like 3 days after. I'm like, hit that different.
Yeah, 100%. I think that's like, even when I train legs, I remember training legs with Joe, actually, Binley from AD, and he was like really specific on like how to feel your outer sweep and stuff. And that helped a lot training with him. Because I think you can learn a lot off like some of the top guys of how to just add a little movements in just to hit certain parts of your legs or certain parts of your this and stuff like that. That's why I love training with like some of the top coaches. Like train with Cormier, train with Mike Van Wyck, train with fucking all of them. You know what I mean? I actually want to go to Vegas and train with Mios this year. Just to see.
That'll be proper.
Yeah, I just love to do it, man. Because even like, you know, I know Mios is a big believer of like hitting heavy abs every single day.
He loves abs, doesn't he?
Especially if you've got a bit of a blocky waist. Because he's like, well, if your waist is blocky, at least get him fucking dense.
Yeah, 100%.
So, like, I like that idea as well. Like, I do think, like, maybe not any oblique work because I think that can just blow your waist out a little bit too much. But I do think, like, the crunches, heavy crunches can be, you know, really, really, like, good for development. Because that's all I'm thinking now. It's like, I'm, like, in that mindset now. I was like, oh, I might as well keep building bricks where I need to build bricks. You know, because if anything, I know because I came off at, like, start of December, so probably, like, 10 weeks ago or some shit, 9-10 weeks ago. And in this last 9-10 weeks, I've kind of like been floating.
Yeah.
Like, you know, been floating. I've been like, oh, like I'll just eat a little bit less. I've just got lean. But now I'm like, okay, well, I might as well just be floating, but doing something.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, exactly.
Like floating, but actually building bricks whilst I'm floating, you know?
Yeah. It's funny you say that because like, it's one thing I actually worry about for myself when I actually finish like the competitive side, because like for me, that gives me so much purpose. Also, of course, the business, the coaching, maybe that will take over in terms of filling that void. But it's like my routine, I love it because I know what it's counting for, like that next look on stage. I think as much as still, you know, I don't think I can see myself living like a normal life, right? But I always think, you know, what is it going to feel like when I'm hitting these sessions and stuff, when that personal goal isn't there?
It's weird because I've like kind of been through that like a few times, and I genuinely enjoyed the gym. So it's like,
yeah, me too.
And my routine never changed, bro. Like I didn't train less. If anything, I trained more. Yeah, because I would just get bored. So I'd be like, fuck it, I'm gonna train. But like, it just feels like you're floating. That's all I can describe it like. It feels like you're just coasting with no real goal, but you don't ever question why you're doing it. You do it because you love it. But like all I've noticed is that it's just a bit hard to do something. Not hard, but it just feels like you're just doing it for.
Yeah, see, that's what I worry about for me, because I'm so goal orientated. It's like I need that thing to fixate on. I need to be building something. I thought like, oh, maybe I should fly, get a shoot done. Maybe I should book a holiday. But it's not big enough goal to die down. It's not like, do you know what I mean? I want something that's fucking hard.
It's like, it's not a big enough goal to die down for a shoot. If I said to myself, I'm going to die for a shoot, I'd still be ordering sushi, you know, and fucking cookies. But if I say to myself, I'm getting trunks with my fucking posing trunks on a pro stage, I'm thinking, fuck, I best get to work, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, all I can say is it just feels like I'm floating. So in my head, like, it's something that like I've thought about probably last 10 days or so. I've been like, well, I might as well be trying to build bricks whilst I'm in this.
Yeah, still moving forward in some sort of way, you know?
Yeah. You know, even if I'm developing my physique for whatever, I guess you just kind of look at the health side and you're like, oh, well, I want to stay healthy. But it's not like, I think it would be very different, right, if you have a family, you know, and that's what you got to think is as you get older, maybe you'll have children, maybe you'll have a family that you kind of put your energy into where you didn't put your energy into when you were bodybuilding. Yeah. And I think that would probably give you a different sense of purpose. I know that would give me, if I had like a family now, then that would probably be enough for me to say, okay, I don't need to carry on down this bodybuilding route. I can just focus on my coaching clients, you know, still be in the industry, still training that, but I've got other priorities. Yeah. And I think that's what you've got to think now is like, we don't have those priorities. So like we are just floating unless we start going into a different career, which, you know, I'm 32. I don't really fancy going into another career. And also, like, I love what I do. So why would I want to go into another career?
Yeah, you know? Exactly that. It's funny that you say that, bro, because like, you know, the whole family thing as well, you know, with a little one on the way, that just changed my whole perspective on everything. Yeah. Like for me, where I'm at now, I've got a lot of things that I still want to do in bodybuilding, but it's lit the fire for that even more, especially the fact that because I'm having a boy as well, like I want this, I want my boy to grow up and see that determination, that hard work, that hours spent at the computer, you know, being on stage, being around that. And, you know, I want that to rub off on him, whatever he decides to do. Yeah. So like, that's what's given me even more fire for the competitive side of it as well. And maybe like when I take a step away from that, it's a case of just maybe seeing them blossom in whatever they want to do.
And you're still young as well, right? So you're still 27. So
yeah,
but you still got a lot of years ahead of you bodybuilding. Whereas like me, if I was in that situation, I'd probably be a bit more like, okay, I've probably only got a few more years left bodybuilding. If I really need to, like, okay, my health's more important because you want to see your child grow up, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you want to play with him. And, bro, you ain't playing with your child at 250, 260. You know what I mean? It's just true, you know? So I think that's like where things change. Like that's, honestly, that was one of the biggest things for me. I don't know if I spoke to you about this, Aran. It's one of my biggest things for me that made me take this step back, because I was meant to have a child on the way. And that's when everything went wrong. You know? That's why I took a step back, because I was like, I wasn't able to communicate properly. You know what I mean? So it kind of made me like take a step back and think, okay, maybe like I need to just actually think of things in a clear mind state. You know what I mean? Because like we weren't together at the time. So it was like, okay, I don't know if this is a good idea. And then it was like me saying like, okay, if you want like to keep it, I'll support the decision. And then obviously she did what she did, but blah, blah, blah. And that was one of the biggest things that made me like really want to take a step back so I could think clearly. Because if I had another chance, I'd probably change the way I thought, you know?
Exactly.
And the actual scariest thing is that when I found out she was 6 weeks, and it was just before we came to Dubai. So if we found out before she came to Dubai and I was still in Australia, or I'd have still been in Australia right now.
It's a difficult one, because it's like, we can't think that way. Like, we got to try not to.
What's done is done, you know?
Yeah, it's not one of those things. And everything happens for a reason. I do genuinely believe that.
I believe it as well. And it definitely has made me think much more like open-minded, clear. And I feel like I've learned a lot from this. You know, if I do go back down the bodybuilding route in the future, I think I'll be very, very aware of just my relationships, bro, just how much energy I put in, and like know what I bring to the table, but also expect it back. You know what I mean?
I think like for me, like I've been with my missus 8 years. We were 19, so we sort of like grown up together. And like I always try and put so much emphasis on communication. Like I really try and do that. And it works very, very well. But then for me, like, because I always force that communication, when I go into a prep, that's usually when she starts fighting back. And I'm like, what are you moaning about? I'm still me. But you don't see how you are. Do you know what I mean? You're just very cold.
It is, and it takes a lot of time to learn that. Like, I genuinely think now that if I went back into a relationship, but I'm not looking to go back in a relationship anytime soon. If I went back into a relationship, I would be very, very aware of of like how much affection and effort. I'd be consciously aware. Because I usually I'd be like very cold, you know. So I'd purposely make more effort. Do you know what I mean? But I think it's just a learning thing, and I think you're only going to learn from. That's why, you know, you say everything happens for a reason. I genuinely think that, you know, what happened was probably for the best, because you never make that mistake again. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
That's what people don't understand. Like in bodybuilding, like you learn so much, but one thing you don't ever do is you don't do it again. Wherever you fuck up in bodybuilding, you never make the same mistake twice. Do you know what I mean?
100%.
Like if you did something for a show and it fucked you up, you would never do that again.
No. This is it.
You know, whether it's take this diuretic or do this or do that, you'd be like, that definitely didn't work that time. I won't do it again. I'll learn from it. I'll go on, move on. You know what I mean? So I'm a big believer in that. Like everything happens for a reason, and you move on from this shit, you know?
It's one of the biggest lessons and stuff as well, and it's something I put high priority on. I never like to see anything that I do as a failure. I only want to take the lessons that I've learned from that. This is the problem with a lot of people, is they have these bad things happen to them, and they see that one fail here, one fail there, next fail here, and they just associate themselves with, oh, maybe I'm a failure. But then because they become in that mindset, then all they attract then is then failures. But if we take everything as a lesson, or like, you know, what can I take out of this? What was my actions into this process that led to that? And then you learn from it. Then the next time you just get better and better in every single area of your life. Honestly, like for me now, like I've got three main areas that I care about, which is my bodybuilding, my business, and my family. And usually if something doesn't fall into those three values, it doesn't get my time.
That's true. But it's like what you just said then, is like you learn from all your failures. Like I have fucked up at so many pro shows. This is why I believe, like I believe that I'm pretty confident in it, that I'm one of the best at peaking people. And it's because I've so many times at a pro show, myself, I know what not to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like my failures have just become lessons that I won't let others happen to others.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? You learn from your failures, and this is why I want to get it right once, and I won't ever do what I did in those times to get it wrong. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like now, if I ever do another show, it'll be like, okay, I know this didn't work, I know that didn't work, but this could work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or I've seen this work on so many clients. I would genuinely take my own approach into like peaking myself with just an eye, you know?
That's the most difficult thing, though, is taking our own advice sometimes. It generally is.
But I'd have an eye to give me a level head. But like in the way I peak people and the way I like carb up and use the diuretics, that I'd take a very, very similar approach, you know? Because I've seen it work over and over again, like top pro athletes like Jan Turek this year. You know,
he looked crazy.
Yeah, like, you know, Jan was like, you know, getting in top 3 this year. And, you know, this year I believe you can qualify for Olympia. So I've seen it firsthand, but not just this year, for the past fucking decade, you know?
Yeah.
So like, okay, this is what I need to do on myself. So it's like you said, like you learn from all these failures and they're only going to make you better, but only if you learn from them, you know?
Yeah, exactly that. It's a self-awareness, bro, isn't it? Self-awareness.
Yeah.
You know?
Being self-aware and being like honest with yourself and not with no ego and be like, okay, I fucked up here, but this is what I need to do in order to not fuck up again. You know, and you take that into business, you take it into relationships, you take it into life. It doesn't fucking matter. Like you take that same mentality of like, okay, I fucked up. I know what not to do. I know why I fucked up. And I think that's a lot of people don't have the ability to be aware of their actions, or they're just living in this bubble where it's like, I didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah. And I think that's one thing that I love about bodybuilding is actually what it teaches you in other areas of life. You know, this is the thing, you know, you take that bodybuilding mindset and you apply that to business, you'll be a success. You apply that to relationships, it will be a success. Sometimes it's just like, it's about, right, how can I apply this in this way to make this thing succeed? And that's what I say to a lot of my clients as well. I say, like, a lot of the success in your life can start as simply just by changing your body. And it's crazy because that's exactly what happened to me. It was just a case of going, I want to change my body. I care about how I look, and everything else that comes as a byproduct of that, with the mentality, the routine, the discipline, it just all goes up.
Well, that's the first thing people see, isn't it? It's your body. Like, no matter what you do, you go into a room, first thing they see is your presentation.
Exactly. It speaks 1,000 words. You shake someone's hand and they're in shape. You think, this guy's got his shit together. You know, it's that instant
and as well,
thing.
like I always say, what I was going to say, I've completely forgot what I was going to say. I'll come back. I lost it.
It's gone.
Oh no, what I was going to say was, and as well, like you think about it, right? You go train legs to the death. You get up, do cardio at 5 a.m. Bro, your day's easy. Yeah. Like anything that comes into your day is a lot easier than a fucking leg session to the death, you know?
Yeah.
So, you know, you say you got to deal with a meeting or you got to deal with your wife or your fucking whatever. It's a lot easier than going through hell in a leg session.
Yeah.
So get that leg session out of the way and it's like, okay, my day is fucking sweet now. You know, ain't nothing going to be more tested than this.
That's what I always do. I like to, you know, morning work in the mornings, I've already ticked a nice box off. I'll usually train after my first or second meal, just so I've got that win for myself. And I can come back. It's like, right, my whole focus now, clients. Let's make sure that everyone else is sweet. And this is a thing, like sometimes people don't put themselves first. And I'm always a believer, you've got to put yourself first to be the best for other people, because you can't give people that same energy because you still got tasks on your to-do list to do. And you're not fully invested into what's going on in front of you. So that's one thing that I always operate like. Yeah. 100%. Wow, this has been we've gone down some rabbit holes today, haven't we? Now, obviously, like one of the things I wanted to cover as well is obviously coaching at the highest level. Obviously, from Jay's perspective as well. What do you feel is like the biggest thing that separates somebody from like who's an almost there athlete, should we say, to like that Olympia level? What is that missing thing that you usually see from an amateur to a top level Olympian? So I think a lot of people would like to know what that secret ingredient typically is.
Honestly, like, it sounds really harsh, but genetics, bro.
Yeah. I'm glad you said it because it is just true.
Like, I'm not saying you can't outwork genetics, because I totally believe you can, but those elite guys are just genetically gifted.
Yeah.
And like, if they just work hard and they've got good genetics, it'll take them to the top. It'll take them to Olympia level. Now, if they're like I'm not time with not as good genetics can get there, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Do you know, someone who's like, you got like an Andrew Jack that turns on the stage, Olympian in the first fucking 2 years, whatever. And then you got someone like, I don't know, like who's had to build the way up, you know?
Yeah.
Like Hollingshead or whatever, like crazy. He's got good genetics, clearly.
Yeah.
But he's worked his ass off to get there. Yeah. You know? Even Jan, look at Jan. Like, he's worked his ass off for years, and now he's only just getting there. Whereas those top guys will get the look in quicker because of their elite genetics. Yeah. But these guys still have very good genetics. Any pro bodybuilder's got very good genetics.
Yeah. Do you find a lot of people come to you? I know I spoke to a lot of people in the past as well, where they just assume that these top level guys are doing something completely different to maybe what they're doing.
They think they're taking more gear.
Yeah, and man, it's the biggest thing, isn't it?
They're just genetic freaks, bro.
Yeah, 100%.
And like, that's just the reality. They're just genetic freaks.
I think this is the thing. Sometimes
like,
people always
like Brett Pilkin, who have come from, who's clearly, he's got sick genetics because he looks fucking amazing, but he's come from, you know, men's physique, classic, into open bodybuilding. So like, but he's worked his ass off to get there. He's relentless, you know? And I think that's the biggest difference. Like, you'll get guys who have maybe not as good genetics as some of the best, but they've got work ethic that no one can touch, and it will get them to the top.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly.
Because like, I wouldn't say Jay had the best genetics.
No, he just was an absolute relentless workhorse, a robot.
He definitely wasn't as genetically gifted as Ronnie.
No.
At all. But he was just a fucking workhorse.
Yeah.
You know?
Every day the same.
So I think, like, it's two things. Elite genetics will obviously get you, give you a little, like, head start.
Yeah.
But relentless work rate is essentially going to be the number one.
100%. Because this is the thing. I think a lot of people get into this with an unrealistic expectation, in all honesty. And it's like, I want to go to the Olympia. And it's like, let's just focus on seeing what your body does first. You know, how does it respond?
Let's take like baby steps. Let's start like by doing your first show and trying to place top 3. And then, you know, maybe we'll win that show, and then maybe we can go to the 2 Bro show and we can place top 3, and then we can place first, and then we can win a class, then we can turn pro, then we can place top 5 in a pro show, or make first call up, then top 3. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. It's like, for me now, I'm very realistic. Like, for me, it's a case of, you know, I wouldn't say I have the best genetics in the world. They're okay. You know, I'm never going to be an absolute fucking mass monster. Like, for me, it's a case of just being like, right, I love nailing everything to 100%, and I enjoy doing that. For as long as I enjoy doing that, wherever that takes me on the stage, fantastic. Yeah. If I want, my goal is to build that pro-worthy physique. If a card comes as a result from that, even better. But if I've had, you know, 10, 15 years of my life committed to something that I absolutely loved, and I gave it absolutely everything, I can never be disappointed with wherever I get into it, because I do this because I love it, and I want to be the best that I can be, you know? Yeah.
It's like, even myself, like, I'm realistic. Like, I'm like, okay, realistically, I need to place top 5 in a pro show, and then I can think about, you know, placing top 3, and then I can think about winning one. But until I place top 5, I mean, I've placed top 5 before, but that was like 2020, so that was like 6 years ago, you know? So it's like, right now, it's a new realistic goal, you know?
Yeah, exactly that.
Mine would be like, make first call out. I'd take that as a win, and then I'd be like, okay, I've made first call out. Okay, let's like try win a show. Let's place top 3. You know, if I'd be like, let's try win a show, but if I place top 3, I'll be satisfied. You know what I mean? Yeah. It has to be like a better result every time.
Yeah, 100%. And the thing is as well, the sport is growing. You know, people are just getting better and better. Yeah. Look at PCA these days.
Like, yeah, look at the 212 class, like, even the 212 class, say, like 10 years ago compared to now.
Yeah.
It's a lot more competitive. You know?
It's insane. You know, I remember when men's physique first come around, and these guys just looked like they were swimming in the... Yeah, it's mental. It's crazy.
It's great now.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, this has been wicked. I suppose I've got one last question I guess we'll go through. And I actually nicked this from another podcast, from that Niles podcast. Like, so I'll actually ask both of you. Let's start with Aran. Bro, if you was to leave this world today and you had to leave people with one message, what would that be? What would you want to let people know so that they can succeed in life? What's the one most important thing?
Do what you love.
Yeah, I love that, bro. 100%. And why do you think that?
Because number one, if you do what you love, you're going to do it with a purpose. If you do what you love, you're going to get the happiness you do with it. And then with that happiness, you're going to be able to spread it across to your loved ones as well.
100%, bro. And it's actually a really valid point, because like, if you live a miserable existence, when you're on your deathbed, nothing else matters apart from the times that you had. So many people try and live this fake life just to like fit into the